This is my local bakery. It's small, but it's sufficient. It has a variety of baked goods. Hi everyone, welcome to Life of Pay. As you can see, my local bakery has a good variety of fresh bread and prepared bread. So I really don't need to bake bread that much. Some of you have asked if it's possible to bake bread in my rice cooker. Well, today we're going to find out. Baking bread does take some time, but I'll try to make this as easy and simple as possible. To this, add 1/2 teaspoon of yeast. If you plan to let this rise overnight, which is about 12 to 18 hours, then only use 1/2 teaspoon of yeast. Today, I'm going to shorten that time to just 2 hours. So we'll add 2 more teaspoons of yeast. Carefully just put your yeast on one side of the bowl, and then to the other side of the bowl put 2 teaspoons of salt. Do not allow the salt to mix directly with the yeast or it will deactivate it. Add the 1/4 cup of honey into the 1½ cup of room temperature water and stir it to mix it well. Now add the water to the flour mixture. Mix until everything's incorporated. Make sure you put the dough into a bowl that is big enough because it is going to rise and double its size. Cover the bowl with plastic wraps or put the dough in a seal-tight container for 2 hours. Place the dough in a warm area of your house that has no draft. And after 2 hours, the dough should double its size. Place a sheet of baking paper on the flat surface and dust it with 1 tablespoon of flour. And now remove the dough and place it onto the surface. Dust the dough with another tablespoon of flour. Fold the dough into a... Okay, I am doing this wrong. Here's how the pros do it. Fold the dough under or use a spatula, fold it over and over. Now shape the dough into a ball. We need to allow the dough to rise a second time, so cover it with plastic wrap or put it into a bowl and cover it tightly for 45 more minutes. First, we need to preheat the rice cooker, so go ahead and plug in your rice cooker and then turn it on and let it stay on for 5 minutes. Now carefully put the dough and baking paper into the hot rice cooker. Okay, notice the rice cooker will not go into the cook status. That's because it's still way too hot from the preheat, so we just need to wait about 10 minutes before you try to hit that cook button again. Now we're ready for our first bake cycle, and I set my timer for 30 minutes. And it's after the second bake cycle, so let's take a look. Okay, how can I tell if bread is done baking? Well, the top feels really soft. It does not feel like it's done. Let's do another bake. Okay, this is after the third bake now, and the top does look a lot better. Let's try the chopstick test. Hey, I think it's done. So to harden the bottom and the side a little bit, I'm going to put on a 4th cook cycle, but I'm going to leave the lid open. Just leave it in for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, carefully take out the bread and let it cool on a rack for about an hour. Do not try to cut the bread while it is still hot. After letting it cool for about an hour and a half, let's cut into this bread. It definitely feels dense and heavy. The bottom is hard and crispy, which is good, it's what I want. Oh, and this looks real nice. Now this does not feel and look airy like bread, but it still looks really good. The texture, it's kind of hard to describe the texture. It's somewhere between a sweet bread and regular sliced bread, I guess. So, to answer the question, is it possible to bake bread in a rice cooker? I would say yes, with the expectation that the texture is not going to be light and airy, but it is entirely possible. If you're desperate for bread, you can definitely bake one in the rice cooker. This one still tastes really good. It has a slight hint of sweetness. Now, bread does require higher heat for an extended period during baking, and the rice cooker just cannot provide that. Hey, that just gave me an idea. I'm going to bake the same bread in my pressure cooker. So tune in next week to see if the pressure cooker can do a better job at baking bread than the rice cooker. Thank you so much for watching my video. I will really appreciate it if you give me the thumbs up down below if this video was helpful and enjoyable. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, why not? Click on that subscribe button and that notification bell. That way you know when I upload new videos. And I should hope that you will come back and watch more videos. But until next time, happy baking!